Good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 8th, 2020. Just a short, quick update for you. I know it's been a while. I've been working really hard on my winter ride piece. That is the gift for my mother-in-law, so that's been kind of consuming a lot of my time, but I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised with the progress I've made on that one. Also, I have a small finish, and I have a new start coming. I haven't quite started it yet, and that one is a gift that I'm making for a friend, and that friend is gifting it to her sister who's having a baby. So, I guess without further ado, I will show you my finish, and I did show you guys this one in my last video. It has been a while, but this is my Welcome Autumn from Primrose Cottage Stitches. This is on the called for 16 count lamb's wool Aida. This is the called for fabric, and I use the called for DMCs. I think this one turned out beautiful. I am going to make this into a pillow. I have not gotten anything for that yet, but that is the hope for this one. So I'm really excited about it. I think it turned out really well, and it's so cute. And it won't be done, of course, for this autumn, but this is already November. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, so probably won't be done by then, but definitely for next fall, it will be done, and I'm really excited about it. So there's that one. Oh, and I believe I did this 2/1, the called for, so yes, this is 2/1. And I think it turned out really well. I love this checked pattern down here. It did take me a while to get through that, just because of the color changes. But I really like it. I think it's cute. I think it adds, I don't know, it just definitely adds to the pattern. I really like it. So that's that. Okay, and let's see, the new start that I have not started yet. I'm going to show you guys the pattern just because I did download it free off of the internet. I was looking for a pattern to get, and I found this one, and I sent it to her, and she loved it, and it just happened to be free. I found it on Pinterest, so there's no copyright or anything involved, but it's this little fox. The girl I work with, her sister's having a little boy, and the theme of the nursery is like woodland animal theme, and she really wanted to do like a little fox, just because that's kind of like more what they were going for. Even though it's like woodland animals, it's a lot of foxes and stuff, so she just really liked this one. So yeah, I ended up finding this free by chance, and ended up working out really well. So I'm gonna be starting that soon. I ended up just getting some colors from my stash. For the brown, I have just a normal 310 black. I have DMC 3863. It's the brown that I'm going to be using for like these, I don't know, brown patches right here, if you can kind of see that. Like the chin kind of area. And then I'm using, this is not DMC, but it's some floss I had in my stash, and this is an orange and like a cream color. I want to say it's artsy, maybe. I believe so, maybe. I don't know, I've had it for a minute. But the orange is $264 and the cream is $297. So I think I have to floss drop these two yet. But I think these colors will look really nice with the fox and just give it that really mellow feel. I don't want anything like too bright. I want it more mellowed out, and she kind of agreed. So I'm gonna put it on this like oatmeal Ada. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but I think this is gonna turn out really cute. It's gonna be that mellowed out color that I want. I don't want anything bright. I don't want anything too overwhelming because their style is more muted. I guess that's the word I'm looking for, muted. So I think this is all gonna look really, really cute, and I'm super excited to start it. He has not been born yet. He should be here sometime in December. So I definitely want to get the name and the fox done. Just so that's ready. So when he is born, all I have to do is put the weight and things like that on here, and then it'll be done. And she hasn't quite figured out how she wants to finish it yet, whether it's framed or something else like that, but she was going to let me know, and then I will do that accordingly. So I think this is going to be really cute, and I'm really excited for it. Speaking of babies, we have a friend who is also having babies. And I say babies because she's having twins in December. So, I'll be working on some birth records for them as well. She's having a boy and a girl. Their theme is kind of, I don't want to say Western, but like kind of that Western feel. I was going to do a dream catcher for the little girl. And the little boy, he's going to have like a bull skull, I guess, if you will. But it's not going to be like the imprint, I guess. It's going to be like the outline. I haven't quite figured it out because I'm probably going to end up charting my own piece, just because I didn't really find anything online that I was like crazy about, and the ones I did find were like huge and like not small, and like how I like to do my birth records, I like to do them very simple, you know, like a little animal or something like really small, and then the birth record, that's just how I like to do them. My daughter's is not that big either, so just something very simple. I don't want to take away from, I don't know, anything. I just want it to be very simplistic and easy on the eyes, easy to look at, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm probably going to chart something. I have a picture of the wooden piece that we signed. You know, they were going to hang up in the room, like the sign in, I guess, at the baby shower. So I have a picture of that, and I think I might take that and chart up something similar to that. But I will definitely show them on here before I give those to her. They are surprised, so yeah, I'm really excited about those. So I have like 3 to do in the next month because all the babies are due in December. So I will be very busy, as well as with my winter ride that is for a Christmas gift. We are approaching on a finish though, so I am super excited. So I'm super excited to show you guys this. It's really wrinkly, so don't judge. Don't judge the wrinkles. It has come so far. I think the last time I showed this, I hadn't even had the top half of the truck done. Like, all this is new. So I've been working like crazy on this. I have all the French knots done. I have the top half back stitching done, and I have all this done and up. So I'm actually starting on the tailgate, and then I'm working my way down, and that's it, you guys. I just have that much of the back stitching left, and this baby's done. So I am super excited. I started this, I believe it's sometime the first week of April. So it has been a long time coming. I've obviously not always worked on this. I did put it down for a month or so. I was working on some little smalls, but we're coming up on Christmas, so gotta get this bad boy done. But I am so excited. I do have to fill in here on the running boards of the tailgate, on the wood planks here. I'm gonna put their last name and the year they were married, so just to personalize it a little bit. But yeah, oh my gosh, I am loving this piece. Now this is the first, I guess, full coverage piece. I don't know if you would consider this full coverage since there is a lot of white here. Like all this snow right here is not actually, nothing stitched on it, if you can see that. So I don't know if you consider this full coverage piece. I guess I'm considering it a full coverage piece. This is the biggest piece that I've done because I'm only coming up on a year that I've been stitching in January, the first week of January. So we're only approaching a year here, and I did start this in April. So I started this towards the beginning. So this is a lot of big pieces going, but none nearly this close to being finished. Yeah, man, I'm so stoked about this piece. I absolutely love this barn. This barn and these cows are probably my favorite thing, besides these puppies, because, I mean, come on, puppies. Who doesn't love puppies? But yeah, and I like the muted tone of these trees because they're snow dusted, I guess, so, you know, off in the distance. But man, I love this barn. I love the different like reds in there and just giving it some texture, and the back stitching, if you can kind of see the back stitching in there to kind of give it even more texture. Ah, man, I am just so excited about this. So excited about this piece, and just the dimension that it has, and then the back stitching, it's just all coming together, and I cannot wait. If I get it in early, I don't know. I threatened to give it to her early just because she has no idea it's coming, but I just can't wait for her to get this and hang it up, that I've like threatened to give it to her early. Not to her, but to my husband. So I'm like, listen, she's gonna get this early. I don't even care. He probably won't let me do it, but I'm super excited about this piece. And I'm so happy it's going to my mother-in-law, just because her dad, way back, long before he passed, he had owned one of these trucks. So it's definitely something special to her. And they have cows and they have a barn, and, you know, I'm going to personalize with their name and farm on here in the year that her and her husband were married. And she always talks about when she sees a cardinal, you know, it's like seeing her dad, because her dad loved cardinals. So it's just definitely it's a really special piece, and I just can't wait to give it to her. It's gonna make me cry. Yeah, so man, I'm super excited. It just has a lot of personality that kind of ties within her life, I guess. And I just really hope that she loves it. So I think she will. But it's been special to me to be able to make something for her. So to know that I made it and I gave it to her, and she's gonna hang it up and look at it every day, to me that's really special that she's gonna have. So really excited about it. All right. I do have one piece of haul that is part of my Forbidden Fiber Fabric of the Month Club. And this is called Mothwing. And it is 1/8 yard, 32 count, Belfast linen, of course, is what I get. And this is a beautiful muted neutral. Oh, of course, it's gonna be super hard to see. Let's see if I can put this paper behind it and kind of give you an idea. kind of help? Maybe. You're kind of seeing the fox behind there. It's not red or anything. It's like this brown. It has like hints of red kind of. Or not red. Maybe like a, I don't know. Brown, but it has like some like lighter brown. Maybe it's a lighter brown. I don't know. It's muted. It's making yourself. It is beautiful. This is so pretty. I am so excited about this piece. I don't know if you can see it, but look at that modeling. I mean, over here even, look at that. Look at that modeling. I love it. I'm super excited about it. So yeah, that is Mothwing. I don't know if that kind of helps a little bit. But it's so pretty. I love it so much. So thank you for bin fiber. There, that might help you a little bit. It's not really a red, but there is like a lightish, like, I don't know, like a purple maybe? And just might be a light brown that like the way it was dyed looks kind of purple. I don't know. What do you guys think? It looks kind of purple to me. I guess there it doesn't. But when you look at it in person, it kind of has like this purple undertone. But it's very beautiful. And I would consider this a neutral because I would definitely use it as a neutral piece. I am loving neutrals, especially with the fall stitching. I'm loving the neutral. I think it makes the colors of like the leaves and just like the fall bright colors of oranges and reds and yellows, it just makes them pop like crazy. So I'm loving that. All right, and since I didn't have a lot of stitching stuff for you today, decided to add a couple more things. As you guys know, I'm a super avid reader. I've actually been reading James Patterson's The Women's Murder Club series. He has many series, but that's one of them. There is 22 out currently. A 23rd one will be out next year. So I started in, I think, around January, second or third week of January, because I'd never read the entire Women's Murder Club series in order before. I'd read a couple, but I was really into this Alex Cross series. Not really particular order on those, but the Women's Murder Club, their titles are numbered titles, and they go in order, obviously. So I'm on book 20 right now, so I'm almost done. My goal was to have them finished by the end of the year. Obviously, I will not be able to read the 23rd one. It's not out yet, but I do want to read 21, 22 before the year is up, just because if I do finish by the end of the year, I will have finished 22 books in a year, plus more because I've been reading other books. It's a lot like my cross-stitching. I have very many books going on at the same time. One trilogy that I just finished, it's called The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The author's name is Holly Jackson, and oh my gosh, I guess it's a mystery because I'm super into murder mysteries. I mean, obviously reading James Patterson. But it's kind of, you kind of get like a teen sense from them, I think, because I think they are like teen reads. However, they were just so phenomenally good. So there's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The second book is called Good Girl, Bad Blood. And the third book is called As Good as Dead. She is not writing anymore on this trilogy. She's already made that announcement. However, she is writing a new book, and I think that might actually be out this month. It is a completely own novel by itself. It has nothing to do with the trilogy. However, I have heard that she just signed a deal with some broadcasting company, I'm not exactly sure who, to make a TV show based on the books. So they just signed that, I think I heard, so just like a month or two ago. So it's obviously going to be a couple years before we see anything from that, but I am just so super excited about it. The main character's name is Pip. Pippa, she goes by Pip. She is in high school. She's a senior, and she's doing a senior capstone project, and there was a murder of a girl several years older than her. She was a senior when she was murdered 5 years previously to Pip being a senior. So they're 5 years apart. And for 5 years, the whole town thought that her boyfriend did it, Sal, and that he committed suicide and left a note. And she just didn't believe it. She just did not think that he murdered his girlfriend. And her name was Andy. So she set off and about her capstone project, and she basically becomes a detective and looks into the murder, and she solves it. I'm not going to tell you how she solved it or what that solving, whether she came to the conclusion that yes, Sal did it, or no, he did not and somebody else did it. However, but if you guys love murder mysteries, I'm telling you, even though like it's a teen book, I think technically, I could see where maybe people are coming from when they categorize that, but like I did not get that like sense from it. Like it was just such a good trilogy, like every single one of them. And I'm pretty good about like, especially in like murder books and like murder mystery books, like calling what's gonna happen. I don't know, I've been reading murder mysteries since I was probably in elementary school. So like I just have a lot of experience reading them, and I can kind of say like, okay, this is gonna happen. Oh no, you guys think that's what's gonna happen, but that's not what's gonna happen. So, but like this kept me guessing every step of the way. It was just amazing. It was so good. I cannot recommend it enough. That is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the trilogy. And it's by Holly Jackson. So like it was phenomenal. The next book I did finish, I want to say maybe a month or two ago. You guys might have seen this. It is now a New York Times on the bestsellers list. It's All Good People Here. It's by Ashley Flowers, and she actually is the host of one of my favorite podcasts, Crime Junkie. This is her. It did take me a while to get this book because I did want a signed copy. I've been listening to her podcast for many years. Her podcast, this is her signature. Her podcast has been around for 5 years, I believe. And I've been listening to it for, I think 4. I don't think I saw it when it first came out. I didn't really do the whole podcast listening thing. But when I started listening to podcasts, I had a long drive to work, I had an hour drive to work. So it was a great way to pass the drive. I would turn on my podcast, listen to an episode on my way to work, listen to an episode on my way back from work. And it was really cool. So that's kind of how I got started on that. But so called All Good People Here. And it's kind of weird because the main character in this book, she's a journalist. She comes back to her hometown to take care of an uncle who has Alzheimer's. And there's a murder that happened when she was a very, very young child. Her next door neighbor and friend was kidnapped, I should say. And they never found her body, so they presumed that she was murdered. But she kind of goes on and investigates the little girl's death. So, yeah, while taking care of her uncle, which, you know, if you know anybody that has Alzheimer's, is a very big task. So she kind of has that mental struggle because she's also working her job as a reporter. But she's able to work from her hometown because of her uncle. So she's having to juggle her job and trying to figure out what happened to her friend and her uncle. And it's just this mental struggle and pull kind of behind the scenes that nobody really realizes that she has to deal with all this. So very, very well written, very good book. So good. I mean, pick up a copy, go to the library, whatever. If you love murder mysteries, again, you have to read this book. It is so good. But yeah, Ashley Flowers. Also, if you like kind of murder mysteries, she does have a podcast, Crime Junkie, which is so good. She talks about, this is not based on a true story, but in her podcast, those are real stories. She does a lot of victim advocacy, which I really, really, really appreciate. And then she does a lot of bringing family members in or friends or detectives who investigated that person's murder, disappearance on the show as well, and does interviews with them. So a lot of firsthand knowledge I think is really cool. And then the fact that her and her company do a lot of giving to victim advocacy or posting rewards for crimes that have not been solved and stuff like that. And I just think that's really great. So definitely a book to read. Definitely great person. She has a lot of good things, and she talks about all of it on her podcast, how you can help, things like that, and donate. So just overall great. And then, so I finished reading that one already. That was a couple months ago. So I'm in the middle of the Women's Murder Club book, the 20th one. I'm in the middle of this book that I'm about to show you. And I want to get ready and start, probably after I finish the Women's Murder Club series, I want to get ready and start the series by Kathy Reich. And that was, her first book was written, I believe, of the series in 1995 or 96, somewhere around there. But if you guys have ever heard of this series Bones on TV, with forensic anthropologist Temperance Brennan, that show was based off those books. And I just really, really liked the TV series, and it was really, really good. So I wanted to read the books. I believe I tried to start the series several years ago and I got super busy with school and work and everything, but now that I'm in school, a lot more time to read, a lot more time to stitch and stuff. So I've been definitely taking advantage of that extra time that I now have free. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready to start that. And I believe there's there's 30 or so books. I mean, there's a ton. So I'm gonna get ready to start that here probably in the next, I don't know, maybe I'll wait till the beginning of the year. Maybe I'll just dive in, who knows. So yeah, that was another one. So this next book, I actually was watching the Museum Stitcher, and she was talking about it, and it sounded so good. And it's typically not the genre that I read, because I read a lot of mysteries, murder mysteries. I don't read a whole lot of fantasy or I think I would call this fantasy. Yeah. But I don't read this genre, at all. I don't read a lot of romance. I'm not into it. I don't know. But when she was describing this book, I was like, okay, I have to give it a shot. I have to. So this is actually Outlander by Dan Gabaldon. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And this book came out in 1996, I believe. So this is an older series also. Oh, 1991. So this is an older series also. This is not the original cover art. This was the cover art that came out when the TV show came out. The original cover art is definitely from the 90s, because that's when most of these books came out. But she did have a book come out last year. So I think there is a total of 9 now. I think. So I went and I scoured my local bookstore, which is where I got this one at. And it's thick. It's a thick book. It's like 600 some pages. And I scoured, I think it's Goodreads? No. Thrift books. That's what it is. Thrift books. And I found them because I wanted them all to be the same cover, because it's soft back, it's not hardback. And I wanted them all to have the same cover, because if you're a bookie, like some of you are, you want your series to look like a uniform set, even if you did not buy them together. You want them to look good. So I was bound and determined to buy every single book with the same cover art in the softback, and it took me a minute. Let me tell you, it took me a minute. But they were all used, and I got super, super good deals on them. And they're all in really, really great condition. So, yeah, I was super excited about it. I got a ton of, oh, there's Smokey. Got a ton of good deals on them. So I do have the first 8. If there's 9, then I'm all the way up until the one that came out last year. I've not gotten that one yet. But I am almost done with the first one. I primarily read this in the morning only before I go to work. But I'm almost done. They're all, I think one of them's like 900 pages. They're very, very long books. But honestly, like, they're so well written that, like, it doesn't feel like the book's just dragging on at all. Like, they're very, very well written. I guess I could tell you probably what a little bit it is about. But, so the first part of the book takes place in 1945. First, like, I believe chapter or 2. And her name is Claire Randall, this main character. And her husband are on a second honeymoon. She just came back from the war as a combat nurse, and he's a professor, and they were split and, separated for a long time because of their respective jobs. So they basically went on a second honeymoon to the Scottish Highlands. She goes and visits these rocks, stones, standing stones, I guess that's what they call them. And she's transported back into time to the Scottish Highlands in the early 1700s. So, or 1743, to be precise. It's on the back here. And I will leave it at that. But it is extremely well written. It's so captivating. And this is not the genre that I normally read. I've never been into it. I like my mysteries. I always have. Maybe that's why my degree isn't what it is, but just, so well written. So well written. If you guys have seen the TV show, I have only watched the first, I think I'm on episode 8, because I wanted to read the books before I watched the TV show. I didn't want the TV show to spoil the book because the book is so good. So I'm very careful about how far I go in the TV series. I'm watching it on Netflix just because I don't want anything ruined. So I'm much further in the book than the TV show. Yeah, but like, you guys, so well written, and I would have never given it a second thought had the museum stitcher Bridget not mentioned it in her Flosstube. She's mentioned it a couple times because she really likes them. Sorry, my cats. But yeah, just so good. So good. So I'm reading that. So yeah, again, I'm almost done. I have bought all of them, so I will be moving on to the second one as soon as I'm done with this one. Yeah, very well written. I think there's I guess here are all of them. Yeah. So I do have the first 8, because these are the first 8, because this obviously came out before the last one was written. Because this particular book came out in 2014. It was produced. So these are the first 8 that I have. And again, thrift books, local bookstore, you can get them fairly cheap. If you're like me, I rarely buy new books. I prefer to buy used books just because, one, they're cheaper, but I think it's kind of cool to give a book a second life. So, yeah, there's that. And I don't know if I've told you last episode that I wanted to try and dabble in some knitting. So I have done that. A friend of mine, she brought over some yarn and some needles for me to use, since I didn't have any of that stuff and I wasn't sure what to get because I've never done anything with knitting. So she brought over this skein, and this skein is Lion Brand, and it's this really pretty ombre, dark purple, light purple, gray, and it is so soft and so beautiful. And it is a 4 medium weight. You have to bear with me because I don't know much about knitting. And the needles, they're loop needles. She said that'd probably be the easiest to learn on. And I thought they said what size needle these were. Maybe not. I think these might be a size 6. If I remember right, these are size 6. And I believe, I don't remember the name of them, but I'm pretty sure she got these, maybe not. I thought maybe she got them on Amazon. She has a brand on there that she really likes. But yeah, so I wanted to knit a blanket, and she showed me just a basic stitch. And when I mean basic stitch, I mean like the basic of stitches. And I think I might have messed up a little bit right there, but we're coming from like maybe a half-hour session or so of her teaching me. Now I just started this on my own a couple weeks ago after she had taught me a little bit. And I decided I was gonna make a scarf for my daughter. That's why it's small. I think there might be 25-ish or 30 cast on. I don't remember how many I cast on. Again, new at this knitting thing, so bear with me here. But yeah, she said that for a little girl scarf, this whole skein, probably use this whole skein. I don't know. Try to see how many yards it is. 344 yards. So, I don't know, we'll see. Don't know much about it, but we'll see. So this is all further I've gotten. I've not worked on it a whole lot just because I've been trying to get my stitching stuff done. But I can see the appeal of people with knitting and taking it on the go. It is so easy to travel with. I mean, this is literally what you would have to travel with. That's it. Like, how easy is that? So I can definitely see the appeal. I think this is looking pretty good, though. I think this is looking pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I know it's not perfect. I mean, there's definitely some screw-ups in there, for sure. It's definitely not perfect. But, I mean, what do you guys think for my first thing ever making, I guess, knitting? We had about, I don't know, she was there showing me, and I was doing it for about half an hour with her before she had to leave. So I like to think that I picked up on it pretty quickly. I'm pretty happy with it so far. The stitches, is that what you call them? Stitches? I don't know. Stitches are pretty close together, which is what I wanted. I didn't want them loose because the closer they are together, the more, warmth it's going to keep in. I didn't really want air getting in because it is for my daughter. So I guess it is tighter here than it is here. I guess you can see that. But, I mean, first one, I guess the little imperfections make it special, right? I don't know. It is for my daughter, so I figure, she can wear it and, I don't know, say that her mommy made it, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm really happy with this so far. Super easy to just pick up and work on. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this, though. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to know. But yeah. So, I guess that's what it is. I don't know. Let me know if I could be doing something better with this, if I'm doing it right. Let me know. I'm sure there's some expert knitters out there, and me not being one of them, I would super, super love your input. So that being said, I've been thinking a lot lately about tutorials, specifically for stitching, not knitting. I'm also not an expert stitcher either, but I definitely have a lot more experience stitching than knitting. I've only been stitching a year, or coming up on a year, but I definitely think that I have some good progress on things that I have done, things that I'm working on. So let me know what you guys think of tutorials. If you guys have any ideas, if you want to see anything on any specific thing, or just how to start, or whatever, you guys let me know. And then I've also been thinking about doing some live stitching. I've seen a lot of other stitchers do it. The Museum Stitcher had a Zoom stitch, and the Seattle Stitcher, Megan, she does some live on Instagram, and I think YouTube too. But anyways, so I've kind of logged into some of those and was stitching while she was stitching, and that was pretty fun. So again, I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Or anything else that you want to see? If you guys have any hobbies, I know I kind of showed you my reading and my stitching, obviously, a little bit of knitting. I feel like stitchers are also pretty avid readers, so let me know some of kind of your book recommendations. I would love to see your animals. This is my baby, Smokey. You guys have seen him before. We did have another cat, Max. he was not doing well last weekend. We took him to the vet and we did everything the vet told us to do, and he ended up passing away a couple days ago. And that was really sad. He was the orange one. I think he was in a couple, you might have seen in a couple videos. It was really sad because he was only 2. We had him since he was a little baby and he was only 2 years old. So that was pretty hard. I definitely miss him. We do still have Smokey though, so that definitely makes it better, I guess. Helps a little bit. But he's definitely lonely because his brother's gone. You can just tell he just is acting a little bit, I don't know, weird, not himself, I guess. He's just definitely missing his brother, his companion. So, I don't know. We'll have to see if we get another cat. If we've talked about getting a puppy. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely missing our other baby though, for sure. So let me guys know what you think. Books, knitting, stitching, tutorials, recommendations, lives, literally any other crafty thing that you guys might want to see. I'm definitely down to try whatever. I don't know, maybe some of my other hobbies intersect with your guys' other hobbies. So let me know what you guys like to do besides the obvious stitching. So let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you guys have any animals, I'd love to see pictures of your guys' animals. I love cats. So for sure, if you guys have cats, let me know, because I love to see pictures of cats. Huh, don't we? Yeah. Can you say bye? I guess that's it. We're gonna sign off. You guys have a great day. Can you say bye? Say bye. He's like, Mom, put me down. I'm not amused. See you guys later. Have a good one.